What's up guys, Dawnofthed605 here, and I'm going to teach you guys how to use DAC. Recently, there's been some security issues with a lot of builds in Unity, and to address those in some way, to provide some semblance of protection, we are here to here to help you with having a better anti-cheat, which is the gold standard for Unity, which is referee Dawn of the D anti-cheat, otherwise known as D.A.C. DAC. DAC basically has a lot of features. You can actually customize them freely to your heart's content without having to worry about any AAA companies like Epic Games or other companies being able to control when to push out bug fixes or updates or security fixes. So, how do we actually use DAC for it to say? Well, to get started, let's start off with a new project. So while that's downloading, we might as well just get the package for DAC. Search up Dawn of the D anti-cheat or DAC, for example, and make sure it's in GitHub. It's only in GitHub or my website. Then you're gonna want to go down till you see releases. Then scroll down to see the all-in-one package for DAC 5. Go ahead and download it. Extract it if you need to, just to get to the contents easier. Double click into it, and the DAC 5 has is the main script here. There's two folders. There's DAC 5, which is basically the main script here, which is the anti-cheat, and this cloud script for PlayFab, and then the dependencies. The dependencies are what is required to get the server up and running. You'll need these in order to actually get the game running with the anti-cheat. So if you do not have the dependencies, DAC will not operate properly, or you may run into compilation errors. Alright, so I got myself a little bit of a starter project here. So this is my Evan versus the Galaxy game, and basically what you want to do here is follow along with what I do here. For best results, my recommendations would be to enable behavioral AI, keep everything here at default, turn off test mode if you're wanting to actually ban someone legitimately or kick them, then turn up the interval seconds, which is the delay between bans or kicks. You don't want this at 0 because your game will flood with garbage information and it'll lag the game if you do have it at 0. Now, here is folder protection. So every time you, let's say, make something that adds something that says mods, every time someone puts in the base path override, and like let's say if someone it goes into files and then adds a folder called mods, if they go into any server with the anti-cheat, they will get a ban or kick, and the anti-cheat will be triggered. That's how it works. So let's say if someone wanted to use oh, I don't know, Melon Loader, maybe it would be a smart idea to add plugins and mods as folder names that are restricted. Just some food for thought. But then also we got these ones. These are client-side checks that affect the player locally while also being checked on the server as well. So what you want to do is turn off native module scan, as that has seen to cause false positives for now. We'll fix that later. Keep on running app check, keep on speedhack check, turn off tracked field checks. You could keep this on if you want, but it's not really needed. I don't know. I still have to look more into what it's for. And then enables keyword signature scan. So basically, these determine whether this will be flagged or not. And what you add depends on what you go for. So I would just leave that off for now, since speedhack and running app check are probably going to be the best case scenario for this. Then here are the process names. This is where DAC is at its strongest, because you can restrict any application that is detected as cheating So let's say if you want to type in like, oh, I don't know, cheat engine, and then you want to search up open file location, and then let's say you want to just copy paste the name, and then you want to put that in, press the little plus icon when you're going back, and then just control V into it. And if you want to like add more security, you can add more as well. It would be wise to do so in case like something if so, there's like many ways for cheaters to actually like get into cheating. So use this if you have to. I'm gonna do this one as well. There we go. And then now when I have running app check on, these will actually fire off if they're actually detected as on. Now, and as for these, you want to actually make sure that speedhack lower time scale is actually set to 0. If you do not do this, there's a chance where false positives may come into place, where players could get banned wrongfully for having lag. Now, you don't want that, so what you want to do is set that to 0 to fix that. Then turn on you don't really, if your game is very stable, you can have anti-debugger on or enable timing pros, but I would just leave this off. Maybe also anti-debugger might be a little bit too much too, but I'm gonna leave that on for now to see what happens. Then this is where the enforcement happens. You can ban instead of a kick, and you can have an IP ban. Generally, what happens is when this is not ticked, the player just gets kicked. However, if it is ticked, the player will be banned. Pretty simple stuff. And then basically, track fields are like if you want to like monitor like values or something like that. But that doesn't seem like it works at the moment. We're still working on a few other things to get this to its fullest. But generally, let's say if I click play here, also want to edit to like let you know that that wasn't actually the anti-cheat detecting that. That was just basically me already being banned before I even got penalized. This is what it looks like. Instantly bans on load. So basically, I'm guessing if you already have the cheats enabled, when you actually like load up the server, it just kicks you and bans you. So fixes that there. I'm banning myself just to test that. And just to verify that, I'm not going to show my PlayFab IDs, but you also need to go to automation, then go to revisions, and then add this line code. Add the text cloud script. This line of code in here, and then save and then deploy. It's actually okay. Go into settings. Go to API features. Allow and then enable allow client to view ban reason and duration.